All right, having a little technical difficulty there. Well, good evening, good evening, good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for being with us on tonight. Another night of Monday night meditation. Come on, we want to see you all coming in on tonight. We're just grateful to the Lord for you, and you that is with us on tonight. Amen. Yes, I see that you're starting to come in. So good to see you, J. Denise King. Thank you so much for being with us. Latasha Mary, God bless you. Thank you for being with us on tonight. And there are others that are coming in. And so we just want to ask you, you guys know what I do every Monday. We need you to like, we need you to share, let others know that we are on tonight and we have a special. Listen, you all are not going to want to miss tonight. So I really need you to just let someone else know that we are on. God bless you, Ron Wells. Thank you for being with us. We are talking about a subject that we've never talked about on before, and I have some phenomenal women that are with me on tonight. And as you know, that this month, the month of March, is has various awarenesses. And on one of the awarenesses is talking about multiple sclerosis. Good to see you, Donna. Thanks for being with us. And so on tonight, that's what our conversation is going to be about. So if you know of anybody that might be in this category or they might need this information, I want you to let go get them. Tell them that they can log in. They can come on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. But you're not going to want to miss this. I met them indirectly. Let me say it that way. I met them indirectly, was, blown away by their strengths, blown away by, their stories, their resilience. And listen, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss it tonight. So like, share, tag, let somebody else know that we are on tonight. I'm going to bring them up in a few minutes. But before we do that, we're going to just go into a word of prayer, and then we're just going to move forward after that. So, Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you, dear God, for your grace, your mercy, and your love. We thank you, Father, for how you have kept us throughout the day. You've protected us and you've strengthened us and you've helped us. And for this, we say thank you, Father. Despite everything that we see and hear going on in the world, you are still good. And we just want to say thank you, Father. I thank you for every viewer, those that are viewing now and those that may view later. I thank you for each and every one. And I pray your blessings over their lives. I pray that you will continue to keep them, bless their families, bless them in their bodies, their store baskets, Father. Whatever they are in need of, I pray your blessings over their life. I thank you, Father, for our panelists that are here with us on tonight. God, I thank you for these women and men of strength, of resilience, oh God, of courage. I thank you, God, that as they come on, I pray you will continue to bless them and keep them as they go from day to day. I pray, God, that their stories, their testimonies will be an encouragement to those that are watching now and those that will watch later. Father, we're just so honored by your presence. We're honored that we're able to even share of your goodness and how what you continue to do in the lives of your children. Now, God, I just pray that you bless those that are part of the ministry, those that have sown into the ministry, those that have blessed us from Monday after Monday to be a part of the family. I thank you for them. And I just pray your continued blessings over them. Have thine own way, we pray, God, on tonight. And we want to tell you thank you for all things. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen and amen. All right. Well, we're going to God bless you. God bless you, Evangelist Linda Frank. Thank you so much for being with us. Evangelist Annette Hampton, God bless you. Evangelist Barbara Powell from the Maryland area. Thank you all so much. I see the people are coming in. And again, let someone else know. Again, we're celebrating multiple sclerosis. It's celebrated in the month of March. And for those of you that are just coming on, I want you all to make our guests feel welcome. Let them know that we are so glad that they are here. And so before I bring them up, I just want to share with us just a short video on MS, and then we're going to bring up our guests on tonight. So let me see. Hopefully, oh, Just bear with us. Okay. Okay, just let me know if you don't hear this, just let me know. We had a little difficulty last week, so hopefully we won't have that this week. Okay, so that's on. All right, so let's go here.
Multiple sclerosis is a disease that impacts the brain and spinal cord, which make up the central nervous system that controls everything we do, whether it's taking a physical step or solving a complex problem. The exact cause of MS is unknown, but we do know that something triggers the immune system to attack the brain and spinal cord. The resulting damage to myelin that insulates wire like nerves to and from the brain. This interruption of communication signals causes unpredictable symptoms such as numbness, tingling, mood changes, memory problems, pain, fatigue, blindness, or paralysis. Everyone's experience with MS is different, and these losses may be temporary or long lasting. Most people initially have relapsing remitting MS, where they experience attacks of new symptoms followed by periods of time when those symptoms go away partially or completely. Others experience gradual and ongoing loss of function without distinct attacks, which is known as progressive MS. MS can be difficult to diagnose, but once a diagnosis is confirmed by a neurologist who is knowledgeable about MS, there are disease modifying therapies for reducing attacks and slowing down the damage. Growing evidence suggests that early and ongoing treatment with a disease modifying therapy is an important defense against future attacks. Address some MS symptoms. Options are still limited for slowing down or stopping progressive MS. Worldwide research is accelerating the discovery of how to slow down or even stop progressive MS, how to repair nervous system damage and restore function, wellness strategies such as exercise and diet that can help people with MS to live their best lives, and the exact cause of MS so that it may be prevented for future generations. To learn more about multiple sclerosis, connect with others to drive research for a cure, and to address the challenges of everyone affected by MS, visit nationalmssociety.org or call 1-800-344-4867.
And that's just a little bit about what it is. But I want you all, family, Monday Night Meditation family, I want you to make our guests feel welcome. I'm going to bring them up. We're going to receive Bree. Here she is. Here's Nikema, Nikki, Miss D, Tracy, Maricela, and Sherry. God bless you all. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
I didn't want to call you the cast. As I was telling the group, the family that's watching, everyone that's watching, I was introduced to you all, and I don't know who wants to just share what how the play came about, but I was introduced to these phenomenal women indirectly by a play that they did right here in Yonkers with our brother Tony, Elder Tony. And at first, I have to really be honest with you all, I didn't get it at first. And as I was watching, I really thought that you all were in character. I really did. And it wasn't until I kept listening and I kept watching, and then I realized what it was all about. And I want to personally say thank you to each and every one of you for willing to come on and tell your story, especially in our community of color. We don't normally hear, I don't remember from the play who it was that said it, but one of you said that all you knew, and it may maybe come out in your testimony, you only thing you knew about MS was what you saw from Richard Pryor. I don't know
That
who.
was me.
Okay. And so a lot of times when we hear of diagnoses, we hear of things, we only know by what we see from celebrities. Well, guess what? Tonight you all are our celebrities. You
Thank
are.
you.
Come on,
Right.
let's give them a hand. Let's give them some love. Give them, you are our celebrities on tonight. So I just want you, we're just going to go around. I want you to introduce yourselves, and then we're going to give them an opportunity to share with us their journey. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We will come back and address the question if it's for a particular person. Put their name in it if you can. If not, we're going to address all questions on tonight. And so I guess I'm just going to look at you as I see you on the screen. We're going to start with Bree, and then we'll go to Nakima, then we'll go to Tracy, then we'll go to Miss D, and then I think it's Nikki will be next, and then Maricela, and then Cherry. You could just introduce yourself to us, and you can tell us if you want to tell us your age, where you live. That's up to you. And then we're going to come back and have you share your story with us.
Okay. So I'm Bree, um, short for Brianna. Um, I'm 30 and I'm from Yonkers. I live in Yonkers. Um, that's generally me and where I'm from. Um, I like to color and I love my dog. Um, I don't know how to introduce myself
That's good.
other
No,
than
that's
that.
good. Okay, that's good. I love the fact that you say you love to color. Many adults don't really say that, but it's very therapeutic. It's great. Thank you so much, Kima. Tell us about where who you are, where you live, and you know, I know
Uh,
you, so I don't. The audience doesn't.
my name is Nakima, and I live in Queens. I work full time as a case manager, and I believe in God and that He's the reason why I'm here today.
All right, Tracy.
And my name is Tracy. I live in New Rochelle, but I'm originally from the Bronx in Mount Vernon. I'm also an author and also the producer. And also, I do massages. Have many hats.
Nice. All right. Good. Miss D.
Hey, I'm Denise. Well, Miss D, short for Denise, aka Denise, rather. Um, I'm 55 years old, and I have two daughters that are 40 and 32. Yes, 32. And I have two grandsons that are 21 and 15. I like I love comedy shows. I love to do puzzles. And yeah, that's the gist of things.
Nice. Nice. Okay, Nikki.
Hi, my name is Nicole, short for Nikki for short. I was diagnosed with MS in 2009, and I like spending time with family and participating in church activities, and that's and traveling. That's pretty much it.
Wow, good. Maricela.
Hi, my name is Maricela. I am 54 years old. I have four beautiful daughters and one granddaughter, and I'm into traveling and learning all different types of dance. I'm into dancing and reading. And I was born in Panama and I was raised in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm now resided in Queens.
Wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I was listening to you all and I wrote down some things, uh, I think Tracy says she does massages. Um, Bree loves to color and she loves her dogs. I heard comedy shows. I like doing puzzles, going to church, travel, learning, dancing, reading, and you're no different than anybody else.
Mhm.
No.
Right.
No.
No.
Of course.
No. And so sometimes, and I want you all to really help us to understand, because you're living life. I don't know if at some point and I'll just throw this out and everyone can just, in addition to sharing, but just throw this out. When you got your diagnose, no, your diagnosis, and you could just, where did that take you? How did you feel? Did you feel life was over for you? How did you feel?
For
I did it.
myself, oh,
Yeah, go ahead,
but you did.
Tracy. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, for myself, when I was diagnosed in 1998 of May, I was at my job. I lost my vision, and I lost vision in my right eye when I was like 9, and never got the vision back. But now, 2002, got partial vision back. But not until they had did an MRI, that's what showed I had MS. I didn't think life was going, I was going to give up on life because I knew God.
Hmm.
So knowing God got me through to today.
Good, good, good.
For, for me, I didn't think, well, I kind of thought it was over. Um, just by, as you mentioned earlier, me only knowing about it through Richard Pryor and the way his life was over. So it seemed so quickly after being diagnosed.
Right.
So I thought it was over for me. And once my mom and my neurologist assured me that he lived his life differently,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that was the reason why he was, his life was shortened, and that it wouldn't happen to me like that. So that made me, feel much better. And again, and plus I have, faith in God as well. It's just that the initial diagnosis really, it hit hard. And that was in 1995, December of 95.
Yeah, when I first heard the words, I initially was like, my life is done. But when I spoke to doctors and I spoke to who I spoke to in the hospital, and I got more clarity on the disease because I didn't know what MS was. Like, I knew what it was, but I
Hmm.
didn't know what it was. But initially I did feel like that. But when I got clarity, I didn't.
When I was first diagnosed, I didn't know what MS was.
Okay.
I didn't know. It was very strange to me. Never heard
Anybody
about it.
else?
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Go
Yes.
ahead, Kima.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh Lord.
when I was first diagnosed, I didn't know what MS was. I never heard of it before. So I thought I was dying because that was
Uh huh.
about 2.5 years since my mom passed. So I didn't know what it was.
Hmm.
So, but then when I got a better
Hmm.
understanding of what it is, I that's when I realized I have to fight for what is mine. And because I
Hmm.
was literally preparing, like, God forgive me, making sure my soul was right, just in case I didn't make it because I
Hmm.
didn't understand. But once I knew what it was and understood what it actually is, that's when I started to fight it and combat it.
Hmm. Good. Marcella.
Yes, for me, when I was first diagnosed with, I was angry and I was scared. First, angry because I was in the middle. Um, I was up for promotion at my job. I used to work as a bank teller at the bank, and I was angry because, during that time, like I said, I was up for promotion, and then in the midst of all of that, here comes the word MS, and and I was confused because I really didn't know much about MS. The only two people that I knew that had MS was Montel Williams and Richard
Mm-hmm.
Pryor. But I
Mm-hmm.
decided, to do lots of research, and in talking to my doctors, I was assured by taking the medications, so I was totally against in the beginning, you know, helped me to realize, this is not a death sentence,
Mhm.
this can be managed.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Wow,
That's
that's good. That's good. I do apologize if there is a delay. I'm having technical difficulties on my end, but they're able to hear you on live. So, Nikki, what is your thoughts on that?
My situation is a little different, I think, because I had a better experience. I think when I was diagnosed, I think like the first day I had a little pity party. Um, but then, like by Sunday, I went to church and I met up with one of my church sisters. She took me to another church sister who had been diagnosed with MS, had been living with MS, I should say. And she was so positive. So just experiencing her and her telling me about MS and the resources that were available to me, and she just made it seem like it wasn't, looking at her, you can tell it wasn't the end of the world, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world. She life would be different. She did explain, you got to do things differently. You can't do everything you used to do the way you used to do it, but she was very positive about it. So I kind of had a better. I think my startup was a lot more positive.
Wow. Wow. That's good. You said something, and you all can just tell me if you felt this way as well. It wasn't the end of the world. How long does it take? You get a diagnosis, whether it's cancer, whatever else, and again, we're looking at people um, that's in the limelight. We see different things, but to be able to say it wasn't the end of the world, was that a journey for some of you?
Yes.
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 Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, you want to share? Anyone could just jump in and just share with us.
Mhm.
I think in life, everyone is different and everyone's
Okay.
perception is different. So, and
Hmm.
everyone's journey is different. So, the length of time that it took me, it may not have taken everyone else. So, for me to
Right.
realize that my life was not over, I think it took me approximately a year to fully understand, because in the beginning, when I was diagnosed, I could not walk on my own. I could not feel the left side of my body, from the top of my head down to my feet. And I was a home attendant taking care of people's, parents. And I enjoyed my job, and I didn't realize that I was sick. And I went to the doctor one day and he says to me, "Oh, you have MS. You need to get admitted in the hospital." Now, crazy Kima, the first thing I thought about was the food, and the hospital food is not that good. So I didn't want to get admitted. So, but eventually I did go to a really good hospital and he told me to go to NYU and I'm good with that.
Mhm.
And the food was actually good, actually, but FYI, but it took me a minute to really realize that, hey, life is not over.
Good. Good. Anyone else?
It
I mean,
took
it's out
me
to everybody.
I it it took me a minute, mainly because while I was getting adjusted to the new medications that they had available,
Hmm.
um, my job, they didn't believe that I had multiple sclerosis and they wouldn't accommodate me. So
Mhm.
essentially, I essentially lost my job. um, I was still on the rolls, but I wasn't physically there, which means I wasn't getting paid. And that lasted for about 3 years. But prior to that, I was reading the report that the neurologist had for me, and just looking at the different words, debilitating, demyelating. It just I just broke down crying, and realizing that this is what could happen to me. I wasn't there then. I wasn't there yet, but just the mere fact of knowing that I could be. And my youngest daughter had came into the room and she saw that I was crying and she said, "What's the matter, mommy?" I was like, "Nothing, I'm fine." So she left out the room. I thought she went back in her room to watch TV or whatever. She came back with a piece of tissue and she started dabbing my eyes and
Oh,
telling me it was going to be okay.
Beautiful.
And then happy tears were just coming down. And I was like, I have to not let this affect affect me to where I'm not going to be there physically or mentally, emotionally, for my girls. And that's when I start to actually, fight harder for my job.
Mm.
Wow. Good. 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 Good.
Yeah, I'm tearing up
Wow.
now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Miss D, how is it possible that your job were they allowed to do that, not to accommodate you?
They were allowed because uh, they were and they weren't. Um, I fought it and everything. I eventually got back to work 3 years later because I had seen their neurologist, but it took them 3 years to get me on the schedule. Um, like I said, they thought that a renowned doctor, neurologist, was going to jeopardize her career for me
Mm.
and make up this, fictitious report of having multiple sclerosis.
Yeah.
Of all things to fake. I mean, I understand faking a stomach ache or a headache or something, but not a debilitating
Right.
disease. And
No.
it was
We
more
don't we
also,
don't
it was
speak those
personal. I'm sorry.
yeah.
It was, also it was
No, I said
personal.
those types of things we don't speak those things over ourselves.
Exactly.
Exactly. Hmm.
So, like I said, it was personal also. Um, but I had fought with the local union and also with EEO. So it took 3 years. I worked other places during that time, but I just felt like, why should I have to go look for a job when I have a career? But I did
Mm,
what I had to do. I made it back, and they had to pay me back 3 years worth of back pay as well as overtime because I was on the overtime list.
Beautiful.
nice.
Yeah. So
wow.
And then they was all so
They'll
sorry,
they'll
and then they
they'll do it
in
for
their
you.
little tears, but I wasn't feeling any sympathy for them at all. Um, and some of their family members had
Right.
diseases. I'm sorry, I was
What
saying
they
some of
did
their
was
families had
No,
neglected.
there's a
diseases.
delay. There's a delay. Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and they wanted me to talk to their family members and stuff to give them encouragement and everything. I did do for the family members, but
Hmm.
not for the
Wow.
management that actually hindered me from working
Hmm.
because I was still viable. I wasn't down for the count.
Okay. Yes. I hear you. Good. 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 Bree, Nikki
Yeah.
told us that it wasn't the end of the world. How did you what is your thoughts about that as well? Did you feel the same way?
So when I initially got diagnosed, I did feel like that. But when I
Hmm.
talked to doctors and I got more clarity on the disease, I didn't feel so much like that, but initially I did. I'm going to be honest. I did at
Mm-hmm.
first. But
Mm-hmm.
when I got that clarity, it wasn't as scary. But when you hear that the first words like it looks like MS, 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 it's scary. It is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at first I was petrified. I was scared, like
Mm-hmm.
terrified. I'm young. I was
Yeah.
what 28 when I got diagnosed. Like I felt like my world was like shattering in a sense because I was so young. But like I'm still young, but now I don't feel as petrified and scared.
Good. Okay. Back up. And I do apologize. I am having such terrible connection here tonight. Um, if we could just, and we didn't forget you, Maricela. We want to hear from you. I'm not sure if Tracy, if you spoke on that as well, but just what Sarinthia Hill Flower says, you are such a positive person and fighter. I love how you don't let this thing stop you. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and that's what I see in you. Okay, she's referring to Kima. Very good, very good. We're gonna get to Evangelist Barbara Powell, and we're gonna get to that question in a minute. But let's hear from if we can hear from Maricela. How did
Yes,
you
for me,
feel about that?
yes. My journey with MS, I realized that I had to get connected with other people
Mm,
that were going through the same thing that I was going through with MS. So what I decided to do was look up MS support groups. And once I got connected with the support groups, it really helped me to realize that this MS journey, I'm not the only one fighting this. There's other people like myself, fighting, this MS journey. So that helped me a lot. So I encourage anyone who has any type of autoimmune disease, not to feel alone because there's other people that's out there that has autoimmune disease out there, and there's lots of information out there. So for me, joining a support group, and back then I was living in Florida. So shortly after getting out of the hospital, once I got myself connected with a MS support group and spoke to the leaders of the support group, I felt comfortable enough uh, about, what I was going through, because going through MS is nothing, it's nothing to play with. And it's different for each and every one of us. We go through different symptoms.
mm-hmm.
So I encourage anyone
Good.
out there going through, any type of autoimmune disease like MS to get connected with a support group so you don't feel alone.
For sure.
Good.
Yes.
Good. That's important. Community. That was going to be one of my other questions. I was going to throw out that word to you, but I'm going to hold that because I'm going to come back. Tracy, did you want to address that as well?
Yes, I would like to. Well, when I was diagnosed first, I was at my job. My grandma had called me and told me, the doctor told me to go to the hospital. Once I got to the hospital, he told me that I have MS. I said, well, what is that? I said, I know Montel Williams have it, but he told me, autoimmune system, it affects your immune system, as far as your walking, your vision, everything else. And I said, well, can you die from it? He said, well, your heart is an organ. He said, I haven't heard many people who had died from it, but your heart is an organ. So when he left the room, I said, God, what now? I was diagnosed with MS. Now I have, um, I'm sorry, I have asthma. I'm legally blind. I said, what else you gonna put on me? Then I thought about it. I said, you know what? He's not gonna put too
Mm,
much on you that you cannot handle. And so from that day, I said, you know what?
mhm.
I'm gonna live because there's something else that's been put on me, but it's not gonna stop me. So that's why I decided, you know what? I'm gonna be a support group leader, and the people who in my group they help me. I believe I help them also.
I
Wow,
wanted to
that's
speak
great.
on the support group when Maricela was speaking about.
Yes.
I
Uh-huh.
was That was the opposite for me. I looked into it and online, and as I was listening, reading their stories and listening to them, it made me more depressed.
Mm.
Mm.
So I didn't want to be
Mm,
involved with that. I was like, I'm not going to do this. This is going to, bring me, further down. And I'm trying to not be as down. I don't want to go further down. And a good friend of mine, um, she told me about a good friend of hers that led a support group, and I said, no, I'm not going. Yada yada yada. And she says, no, it's not like that. Whatever. It's different. So I called the person up, spoke with them, then I met up with them at their the support group. And it was totally different than what I thought it was going to be. And that person was Tracy.
Mhm.
And I think it's about 20 years now.
Yep.
And we've been going strong with it. But everyone, is different, and everyone has their own story. But the people in the group, they weren't having pity parties
Mhm.
Yeah.
like the groups that I
good.
saw
Yeah.
online. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I needed. I
I
needed to not, feel more down.
Okay.
I feel
Wow.
you,
That's
Denise.
good. Yeah. Nikki, now you're the one who made the comment. So you tell us. I'm not sure if you I don't think you elaborated enough on that. It wasn't the end of the world. How did you come? I know you talked about church, a little bit about church, but how did you come to that?
It was literally just seeing Miss Cleta. That was the person who I went to her house, and she was just like a bundle of energy, just like a regular person. And she's like, "It's not the end of the world." She was like, "Well, it's not going to kill you. You're not going to die from it." And that was it. And I literally just kind of like went on life, just continued life as I lived it at the time.
Mhm.
Really wonderful. Can someone or if anyone can explain this? Can you explain to us autoimmune disease?
It's when your body attacks your body.
Okay.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah,
When
that's the
it
Yeah.
attacks itself.
Mhm.
And sometimes your
yeah,
Okay.
body doesn't know what it's
Okay.
what it's supposed to be here. Like, are you
Uh-huh.
supposed to be here? Am I supposed to fight this, or is this
right,
right? Or is this a good thing? Or is this a bad thing? Are you a foreign body, or are you a good body?
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like your body gets confused
Mhm.
about like what's good and
Okay.
what's bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything is
Mm-hmm.
bad to it.
And it goes haywire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm, mm,
It's
mm.
like
Because
like
I
you
spoke.
have a cord, like a cord
like a
that you
power
plug into the
cord.
wall, a power cord.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
say, for instance, that power cord had little pieces that was eaten away at. And underneath that cord are a bunch of wires. So imagine it's plugged into the wall, and that cord gets water or some type of liquid
Mhm.
splashed on it. It's going to go haywire.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's going to short circuit. That's what
Mhm.
our bodies are doing to us.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's
Mm.
the next
Like the
Every
So
connection
day,
it's
is
called, yeah, the
frayed.
myelin sheath
my,
is eaten away.
your nerves are
That's how I
exposed.
like to explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, the connection is
Okay.
just frayed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
I
I
did a
I'm
good
I'm
job
so
explaining.
encouraged by. I'm sorry.
They did a good job to finding it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna throw a I'm gonna throw a word out to you all and give you an opportunity to share that. Challenges.
Mm, girl,
Yeah.
every
Can
day
you
is a
share with
challenge.
us
Every day is a
challenges?
challenge.
Come on, talk to us.
Everything.
Uh-huh.
Changing the bed sheet is a challenge.
Anything in particular?
Getting up
Walking.
out
And
of
why
bed
is that?
can be a challenge.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's sort of like you
Okay.
Um,
have to say, "Hey, brain, tell my legs to move."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then when you get up, you may not be able. It's like your legs decide to sleep. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, come on, time to walk, get up,"
Mm-hmm.
and and it takes. It's not like we can't do what we used to do. It's just it takes sometimes. It takes us a
yeah,
little bit longer. So
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
instead of
yeah.
us sitting up and just stepping out of the bed, we may have to roll.
Right.
Like
And then,
things that are basic tasks are challenges.
yes,
Yes. Changing the sheets
Okay.
on the bed, that's a
Okay.
challenge. Getting
Going
washing
dressed
down
is
the
a
the hair,
stairs,
challenge.
yes,
challenge.
taking
Getting
Yes.
a
brushing your
shower,
teeth.
Challenge.
Brushing your
yes,
teeth is a challenge.
Anything.
Heat, challenge. Cold, challenge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Weather,
Wow.
challenge. Extreme weather, challenge.
yeah.
Challenge.
Negative people challenge.
Challenge. Yes. Yes.
Negative
Oh wow, negative.
people.
Wow. Okay, Tracy, let's park there for a minute. Because I see
Mm-hmm.
Marcella, she's moving and this so you're like, and I'm saying and I'm hearing you because I have a friend of mine that was I guess maybe last year she was diagnosed and she didn't know. She didn't know what it was. And when she finally got a diagnosis, um, she was telling me that her job really doesn't understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing everything you all are saying. And she's just like, some mornings it just takes so much for her to just get up and move. So when you said that,
Mm-hmm.
Tracy, come on, I saw that was we got a reaction from all of y'all
Yeah.
when she said negative people.
No, 'cause
So
it's
help
Getting up
us
at
because we're
10.
probably the negative people due to our ignorance. Is it due to our ignorance that where people become negative?
I believe
Mm,
so,
Maricel,
and they
you're
still
smiling.
want to
Come on.
know.
Tracy, I don't know what you, huh?
Negative. No, I mean sometimes you gotta stay away from negative people
Yeah,
because
you have to.
it
Mm-hmm.
can exacerbate, you know, your spasms or your headache, anything that you're dealing with
Facts.
MS. So you have
yes.
to stay away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Stressful people can be, negative people.
They're
Mm-hmm.
They
triggering.
exacerbate our symptoms, and it just take that 1 ounce of stress, to just go off with one of our symptoms, and then we're down
Mm-hmm.
for the count for 2 or 3 days. So we
Yes.
really
Mm,
have to stay away from negative people and surround
Mm-hmm.
ourselves with positive people. You know, if we can, when we can.
Yes.
It's how we deal it's how we show up for ourselves also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mhm,
And I
mhm,
think if you don't understand something, instead of prejudging what you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember there was a time I know this woman, she drove
Mm-hmm.
and the police pulled her over. And because sometimes, some may have speech issues, the
Mm-hmm.
police officer thought she was drunk
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and literally told her to get up and do the drug, whatever, the alcohol test.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
mhm,
no,
mhm,
not a normal,
Mm-hmm.
but some of us have walking issues,
Mm-hmm.
balance, balance, balance issues, and it's like we're going to fail it regardless.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So is like not fair. So then we had to walk around with cards saying, "Hey, this is what we're diagnosed with," or have the
Mm-hmm.
medical bracelet. Because
Mm-hmm.
and then people tend
mhm.
to, I want to say, box you in and say, "Oh, take your time, leave us
Oh yeah.
alone."
Oh yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leave us alone.
Oh,
Leave us
okay.
alone.
Okay. You're helping us. No, you're helping us because I think someone, okay, Put up the Tasha, put up that comment. She says, do you find, and it's going to take us right, do you find that people lock you into a box when they find out you have a diagnosis and put limitations on you that you may or may not feel you have within yourself?
All the time.
All the time. Yep, all the time.
Yes,
Often.
every day,
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And
especially with the
also, they say
memory.
be angry. Hey, why you so
Yes.
angry?
Right.
I'm not angry. You don't understand me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Or
You're
the
not trying
opposite
to
way.
Wow.
understand
Why
me.
you so quiet today?
Mm-hmm.
Why you so quiet today? Why you're not talking? You know. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
talking. I'm having a day. I don't feel like being bothered. You know. Or if you don't pick up the phone for 2 or 3 days, they get upset with you, knowing that you're
Yeah.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Exactly.
They
And
persecute
they're
you.
upset with
Yeah.
you. If
Mm-hmm.
you know me pretty well, I answer and I answer all my texts. But if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
communicating with you after 2 or 3 days, so I'm sending you a text and I'm letting you know, hey, like I like to say, the the elevators, the elevators in the basement. It's not reaching the top
Right.
day right now. Give you that
Right.
perfect example. I was out about 2 3 days ago all day, helping my mom out. She's losing her vision, so I'm helping her, taking her to her doctor's appointment, and I was ripping and running all day, trying to be there to help her out. At
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, when I got home and I was pulling my car into the driveway and on the highway, my whole body kept going off. It's like that mileage sheet that Denise was talking about, that card. I felt like that wire, that um
Mm-hmm.
car was just opening up because my whole body just kept spasming. And when I put the car, went to open the gate to park the car, my whole right side of my body just jerked with the spasm and it threw the car
Mm-hmm.
in reverse. And
Oh
I'm
no.
out. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to put the car
Mm-hmm.
back in drive, and I stood there for a minute. I'm like, and my body just kept jerking,
Just
going.
jerking.
So I
Mm-hmm.
had to sit there like 5 minutes before I can my body can relax a little bit, you know.
Right.
And today was the
Mm-hmm.
so we don't know, once your body start going off like that, then the next day something different. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we have to take our time because you never know. The first thing that I thought in my mind was like, wow, I'm glad that I got to the parking lot and this
Right.
happened on the
That's true.
highway in
Yeah.
the middle of me driving.
But that's dangerous. Yeah.
Very so
Mm-hmm.
much.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So your
That's
body just
scary.
your body just spaz out just like that, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
anything coming in, we have no control over that. Zero.
None.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
None.
true.
And it's
And
very
don't
painful. It hurts.
and don't let someone have a conversation with you today, ask you about it tomorrow, and you tell them, "Oh, I don't remember."
Mm-hmm.
Then
Oh,
they're
right.
mad. Like there's
Yeah.
no way you
They
can't
hold it
remember.
against you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't even have to take a whole day. It could take the last 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just don't, it just doesn't register, all the time.
Or
Ex-
even if someone is speaking to you, you hear them, but
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
they say, they have to repeat it several times
Several
for
times for
you
you
to
to
even
really, yes,
understand it. And it's not that we didn't hear you. It's just
Mm-hmm.
whatever this brain is supposed to do to interpret the
it's not
sound of
doing.
the words. It's
We
really
may not.
having a
Yeah.
moment right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not doing. We're not understanding. I mean, it takes a minute. It really
What
does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and what
Our
other people don't
processing
realize is
speed
that
is
as
not the
frustrated as
same.
they are with us for not remembering,
Mm-hmm.
we're more frustrated with
Yes.
ourselves
Wow.
because we used to remember very well.
Right.
Huh.
I know my memory used to be impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Exactly.
it's far from that.
Don't
So, and
forget
it's
you're gonna
very
remember
frustrating.
somebody.
Or don't remember someone or their name or whatever. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our processing speed is not the same
No.
Okay.
at all.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
But you look
Wow.
like you do remember things.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
Yes.
They always say, but you look so good. You look like you can walk well, or you look like you can do this, or you look like you can do
Mm-hmm.
that. But we're not
Okay.
able to. Not
Mm-hmm.
like
You're
we
right.
used to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow. And I think when I first saw you all, that's why I think it didn't register with me what was going
Hmm.
on, because everyone, like I said, I think I saw Bree. I think you were sitting in a wheelchair.
And a walker.
A walker. Okay, I saw Bree with a walker. I know Nikima walks with a cane. But it didn't register to me. I mean, you all were dressed to the T.
We
Somebody,
supposed
was it
to.
Miss D
Who
who
knew
had that?
that?
Did she have boots on or a cowboy hat? Something.
I
You
had
all
boots
were
and a hat.
boots and hats. All right, and you all, and
Orange. Yeah,
orange. Yes, yes.
because that's our
And
color.
oh, okay. So orange is the color
What
of.
From
MS?
MS.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay. That's good. Nurse Professor Cheryl Perez said, "Thank you. All of you are inspiring." And can we put that comment up by Evangelist Perez? Tasha, good. Thank you. All of you are inspiring and enlightening me to what real people are experiencing. This is not textbook education. Yes, that's true. I saw that. This is real talk. Thank you, and God bless you all. Love you all.
Thank
And
you.
that's
Thank
what I
you.
think, and
Thank
we
you.
applaud you. Yes, come on. Can we put up Jay Denise's? Um, she says, "You're awesome, powerful ladies. You're teaching me a lot about MS. I think I thank you so much, and may God keep blessing you." And I think that because, and I know Tracy said, people can get on your nerves, because we're ignorant to what it is. We think that we're supposed to do a certain way.
Mhm.
And you're showing us that it really takes patience,
Mhm.
Yes.
understanding. I was listening to you all, and everyone said, just like you all said to us tonight, that when you got your diagnosis, you researched, you went to find out
Hmm.
what this was.
Mhm.
Right.
It wasn't a death sentence. I think Nikki also added to that. It wasn't a death sentence. And so I think that, especially if you know someone that has this particular disease, that it's important for us who's on the other side to know about what you're dealing with, so that we can have a clearer understanding. Because I mean, like I said, looking at you all, you would never know what your
Right.
challenges
No.
are within a day, or even just maybe even being on here. We don't know, but you are really helping us to understand what that's all about. Um, in our communities, um, is it easy to get information? How do you find out more
Google.
about?
You have, I
Google.
feel like you have
Okay,
to
Google.
go and
Mhm.
find it.
okay, Bree,
Google.
you said
Yeah.
you
Someone
had to
said
go find it.
Google. Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone said
yeah,
Google.
Yes. Google.
But the National MS Society is a good resource as
Yes.
well.
It
Yes.
Yes.
is.
And
It
they
is.
have like a Facebook group with African Americans who
Yes.
have MS. I must say that the MS Society is a pretty good resource. We were
okay,
just talking about this, I think, yesterday or the day before, Tracy and I, and Denise, saying that, there used to be a lot more resources available for us, a lot
Right.
of things, a lot of programs that they had for us. And I guess, like we said, pre-COVID, we were good. Once COVID came, I guess money's cut. So there's a lot of funding that is no longer there to support some of the programs that they used to have. But they had a lot of
A
programs,
lot.
True.
a
They
lot
did.
Yeah.
of programs. We had like a spring fling. We had Women
Hmm.
Against MS luncheons. We had exercise
Yes.
classes weekly where
Yes.
there was like a swim aqua aerobics class, a
Hmm.
yoga class. They had
Tai
Tai
Chi.
Chi at one point. They had horseback riding in Rockland. Like they had a lot of programs available for us. But unfortunately, due to, like I said, finances and resources, those programs are no longer there for us.
okay, okay. I think Bree, you said you were diagnosed at 28.
Yeah.
anyone, I mean, that's pretty young. I mean, that's like the,
Mhm.
the prime of your life. Anyone else got diagnosed
25.
at a young 25?
23.
25.
25.
I was
Um,
31.
23.
35 or 34 for me.
Okay. Is there a particular age? I mean, do smaller children, can they get MS? Do you know?
I've
Yes.
They,
heard as young as 13.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Wow.
heard that also.
I think
Wow.
the doctor that we had at the play, she said that, it is, it generally is around the time to breed. It's like in our 20s, 30s. But
Right.
she said it is happening younger and younger. They're able to diagnose people younger and younger.
But it's
Okay.
also
Okay.
strange because if I when I think all the way back, I used to have some of the symptoms
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
growing
Okay.
up,
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
but not
Mm-hmm.
knowing that it had anything to do
With that
with
Mhm.
mess.
MS, of
Right,
course.
right.
Yeah.
Like smells can cause you to have a flare up, you
Mhm.
know. Heat can cause you to have a flare up. Cold can
Yes.
cause you to have a flare up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say smells, like hot tar does it to me, or some type of
Mhm.
certain fumes
Hmm.
can cause
Mm-hmm.
it, or it may not go into a full flare up, but you're on your way if you don't get away from the smells.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for
So
me,
what is a
what made me bring that up was
go ahead,
that
go ahead.
the school buses, when we used to take the trips, when you had the really big high seat buses, the yellow buses,
Mm-hmm.
for some
Yes.
reason, those particular buses made me not feel well.
Wow.
But I never told anyone about it because I just figured
Right.
it's
You were
whatever. And
motion
then once
sickness.
we got to
Yeah.
our destination, I was okay.
Mm, mm. Anyone else? Well, before, can you tell us what is a flare up like what Maricela was telling us? That her body went into
Yes,
a spasm. Is
exactly.
that what is a flare up?
Yes. That's one. Well, those are the symptoms that she experienced for
Mm-hmm.
that flare up,
Right.
but they're all different.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right. Keep in mind, like it affects all
Wow.
of us very differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a
Okay.
repeat offender
Okay.
of like the symptoms you had before you went on your drugs. So, like for me, it was the numbing of my whole entire left side.
Right.
And then it's more difficult to walk
Mm.
or even with speech. It could be anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even some people, they have what you call it, crow's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Uh, and, one minute their hands are fine and then it may go
Mm-hmm.
back to it. So
Yeah.
something could be wrong and something's
Couldn't cut my
happening.
meat before. Cutting meat is bad.
Hmm.
Cutting meat.
Mm-hmm. Don't cut
Hmm.
no steak
Wow.
now.
You did good with that chicken the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. Oh my God. In the play, Tracy was so funny. I was just laughing. She had me laughing so much. Wow. Wow. Let me go to a comment. It says, Albert says, women of power. I thank you all for telling your story. This is a teaching experience. It really is. And I know we're just skimming the top. Um, in our communities, I know you all talked about funding, and the resources not really being there. Is this something that is like a taboo in our communities coming up? Do we talk about this? Do we not talk about it? Do we kind of, like back in the day, if someone had some type of mental illness, they were always like in the back room, the
Mm.
family, you didn't talk about cousin Tammy because cousin Tammy's crazy and she's left
Mhm.
isolated. I mean,
Right.
in our community, do we you understand what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
I
think
think
Are
so.
are
I think it depends on you or
Right.
your background or how your family accepts it. I
Right.
always used to make a joke when we used to have some
Uh-huh.
support group meetings. Sometimes my mom would go with me, but sometimes we didn't sit together. And she'd be in, across the room with some other people. But the joke was, she'd be like, "Yeah, my name is Jeanette, and my daughter has MS." Like, we don't keep secrets in our family like that. Like, it's
Mm.
Nikki has MS. It is what it is, and we tell people because you never
You
know
don't know.
when who you're talking to and what resources they know of that can help you. Like Denise said, she had a friend who told her, "Oh no, there's a girl who has a support group." Like, good, if you keep that to yourself, I
Right.
can share with you that I know somebody who actually leads a meeting. And so I
Right.
think it's a great networking thing. You never, ever, ever know. I used to do something with one of the ladies who she did sailing. And one of the ladies who was there, she had MS and she had rheumatoid arthritis. And the woman they were asking questions about her and her medications. And she was like, "Oh, well, I take this medication, but it's for my rheumatoid arthritis." So my neurologist was like, "Okay, it's fine because it's working for your MS as well." And little unbeknownst to me, my aunt now, she has rheumatoid arthritis. I was like, "Try it." So my cousin said, "Ask her to try this medication," because I remember this lady
Mm.
said she was on that med and it worked for both her MS and her rheumatoid arthritis. And lo and behold, sure enough, it did. It helped her. But I
Oh
think,
wow.
like I said, my mom, she's the biggest. My name is Jeanette and my daughter has MS. That's
Wow. 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 Anyone else on that? Because like I said, and I want to bring up. There's two comments that there's multiple comments coming up, but let us just bring up real quick. We'll bring up Nancy's first, and then we'll go back to Talika. If we could bring up Nancy's, yes. She says my sister-in-law has MS and has the responsibility of taking care of her husband and mother who are diagnosed with dementia, which triggers pain episodes. I plan to share this session with other family members who have MS. Thank you for your transparency tonight. And as she's saying that, life doesn't stop for you all because you have been given a diagnosis of this sort.
Mhm.
Right.
correct.
And so your
Oh,
your challenges, I'm just going to go here. Sometimes we used to get up in church and we'd say, I thank the Lord for letting me see another day. I thank the Lord that I have the activity of my limbs and I'm in my right mind.
Mhm.
And sometimes people would
Mhm.
say, that's all they have to say. But after tonight, I'm like, that's a whole lot to say
Yeah.
Exactly.
because that's a whole
Yeah.
lot to say because we don't understand the challenges. Like Dee said, I remember Richard Pryor, and you saw him in the wheelchair, and you saw all of that, and I think it was at the play that I heard you say that the doctor said he was the way he was because of the abuse that took place
Right.
in his
Mhm.
body.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
And then
okay.
he died.
So right.
Mhm.
So from what you all know, if a person has abused their body, or a person that was healthy and working out, eating right, walking and all that, does that play a part in how severe um you may no? Okay, I
No,
see people shaking their head too.
No,
Okay.
no.
No. Mm-mm. I
because
don't
there
think
was a
so.
lady in our
Mm.
group and she hiked all the time.
All
All the time she
all the
hiked.
Oh wow.
time.
And yeah, and
Okay.
she couldn't do it. She still tried to force herself.
Mhm.
Am I right, Tracy?
That's right.
But then she realized she just had to stop because it
Okay.
was,
Okay.
her symptoms were that bad.
I was
Wow.
really
Okay.
active. I was playing tackle football. I used to run. I played tennis. I was on a tennis team. I was on a what is it, volleyball team.
Mhm.
I would
Mhm.
fight anyone.
Right.
Right, wrestle. Not a fight like
We
well.
got you.
Um,
You
but
love.
oh god. But don't I tell people this, even at work, to go back to what you were talking about before. When I go to work, I've transitioned different jobs. In my mind, I have to tell everyone in within my close proximity what I deal with, what I go through, what
Mm-hmm.
goes on, that sometimes my speech may get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, just give me a minute. I'm gonna get it. Just give me 1 minute. And even if I go to church, okay, fine, they know. Really, Tasha? Um, um, but I don't believe that my life, I believe now my life should not stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Good.
I don't say I have limitations, I have specialities.
Mm.
Okay,
I
I like
love
that.
I don't
that.
Yes.
have
I like
limitations
that.
because when I was first diagnosed, the doctors say I shouldn't be in the kitchen. I need to stay out of this. Please, I was running my own catering business while I was out on disability.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the kitchen. So I just tell people don't give up.
That's right.
Don't.
I
Good.
wasn't I wasn't doing all that Kima was doing, but I was working in the post office. First I was delivering the mail. Um, and then I was inside tossing heavy bags and boxes, for 8, sometimes 12 hours a day, depending on overtime. And yeah, that had to come. I had to get what is the word? Modified. My duties had to be modified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
The
Okay.
limitation, yeah. I was only able
Mm.
to lift 25 pounds opposed to 70, 80
Mm.
pounds.
Gotcha.
Good. Okay. Wow. Wow. Anyone? So I want us. Can we put up Talika's comment? If you all could just speak to this. Do we have that, Tosh? Okay, she says, "This is good. All of you are inspiring me. Inspiring me. This is probably would if we could just speak to this." She says, "My brother was diagnosed with MS, but he doesn't talk about it much. It definitely affects each individual in a different way. Thank you all for your transparency." So we're looking at. I'm not sure how old her brother is, but what words from your experience, from your journey, what would you say to him in regards to not talking about it much? I'm not sure if he's, embarrassed, he doesn't understand, but what
Mm-hmm.
would you all say to him in encouraging him? Talika, if you could just tell us how old he is, that would help us as well. But what would you all say? I want each of you to, answer that to him if you were speaking to him.
I would tell him that it's very cathartic.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And I would say,
He may
don't
not
give up.
believe it, but it really is very cathartic. You start to feel better the more you speak about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
would
then
encourage him to maybe try to find people that know what he maybe is going through.
Hmm.
Like, find people that have other autoimmunes, have
Mm-hmm.
MS, maybe.
Hmm.
It's easier to talk when people know what you're going through. It's
mhm.
Hmm.
easier.
And
But
Because
they
find a
have to be
I was
positive
in
receptive.
that
person.
boat.
How to find a positive person.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
in that boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
And so
would
how did you
say
overcome that, Bree?
By finding people to speak to that knew what I was going through.
Us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I got you. Got you.
Anybody
I
else? Anybody?
same way her brother felt in the beginning, to be honest. When I was attending my church in Florida, I really didn't want no one to know. I didn't, because I wasn't ready. Maybe he's not ready. I wasn't ready,
Okay.
you know,
Mm.
Okay.
because I wasn't ready to be questioned about what is
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because I had to I was still processing it for myself. So I
Mm-hmm.
remember one day this church sister came up to me in church and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear what you're going through." And immediately I got upset because I'm like, why did she tell this church sister about my business? So
Right.
here's this lady questioning me,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't ready. So I went to my aunt respectfully. I said to her, when I'm ready to share my MS story, I will
Mhm.
do, but please, you know, let's just keep that on the back burner for now. I
Understand.
know you're my aunt and you care, and you're probably looking at my best interest in, sharing my story, but I'm not ready to share my story.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So maybe he's not ready. Maybe he's still processing what he's going through, you know. And
And it
Sometimes it
hits
sometimes
takes
men
a lot to
harder.
share.
It
we
really does.
have an illness, you know, dealing with an illness like that. Sometimes people feel it's a sign of weakness. They feel down. They 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 are depressed. So when you're in a state of depression because you have
Mm-hmm.
an autoimmune disease, you don't feel like talking about it.
Mhm.
And so maybe he's not ready, but I would encourage him,
Right.
to find a support group, to be around people like himself, and maybe he could begin to open up about it with other people other than his family. And once he do that, he'll be able to share, with his own family and his sister more about it.
Yes, because he
Yes.
will be
Right.
depressed.
Yeah,
He
That's
will be
good. That's
depression.
good. She said
there's depression in
he's
MS
in
too.
Mm-hmm.
his 40s. Speak on
In
that as
his,
Oh
well.
yeah.
but how long it
Okay.
was?
I'm sorry.
I,
I'm sorry. Okay. Did anyone else want to comment on that? I think
I
what
agree.
Maricela, thank you for saying.
I
Go ahead.
agree with what Maricela said. He
Mm-hmm.
may not be ready for it. Because you can't force
Uh-huh.
someone. You could force someone to talk, but you're doing them more harm than good.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first started this new position,
Mm,
yes, I'm walking with a cane, but maybe I have a sprained ankle. Maybe I
Mm.
pulled a muscle, and sometimes we don't want to come to the realization that, hey, we have MS, we've been diagnosed with it.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes I said this to someone, can you just treat me normal for
with
once?
it.
Mm-hmm.
Treat me
Right.
normal for once. Don't,
Like any other
and I
kid.
don't want you to treat me like, oh, Hema, I don't want you to fall. I tell people, if I'm going to fall, I was taught how to fall.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
leave
Mm,
Right.
me, let me be.
I
I
should,
already
yeah.
have a plan on how I'm going to fall, what I'm going to grab onto, how I'm going to tuck
wow.
and roll. And my
Mm-hmm.
family and my cousin, they laugh at me all the time when I fall because my cousin says I fall
Okay.
slow.
It's the best way to do it.
Exactly.
So I don't know. My uncle says when I fall down the stairs, y'all leave her alone. She gonna end up on her behind. Don't worry, she'll be just fine.
That's
you
how I
got
fall
this.
too. I
Exactly.
learned,
Got it.
and
Got it.
I
So
learned to
leave
fall
him
and
alone.
recover.
Just
Yeah.
love on him. Just treat him like he doesn't have any. He wasn't diagnosed with
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Absolutely.
Just love
Yep.
on him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just loving him.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
He'll get
I'm,
Yes.
better.
Bree was agreeing with you, Nakima. She said that's how she falls.
Yep.
I just
I
love
learned
the fact
fall
that you are
recovery.
so and
Yes. And people don't believe that. I
I just
said
love the
they
fact
teach
that
us
you
how to fall. They teach
and
us. We're
who would have
skilled
thought that?
fallers. We're
Okay,
professional
okay.
fallers. I think
Yes.
Yes.
I think people who were not diagnosed with MS, they're just jealous because when they fall sloppy.
Yes.
Exactly. And
We don't
hard.
fall sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're
We
pros.
fall, yes, we
Yes.
fall like we're on a stage
With
performing.
grace. You fall with
Yes.
grace.
Yes, we fall like lovely women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
that we are.
Yes, because you're
Okay,
going to get
Kima.
hurt, not
Thank
me.
you.
Don't
Someone
try to
and
catch me.
Kima. Now I understand, Kima. You've given me a clearer picture, Kima. Now I understand. But now, do we know, are the statistics higher in women than men? Does
Yes.
anyone know that?
I think it's more research in women than men. I think it's like 80%
Hmm.
diagnosed in the women. I think. I'm almost
Okay.
positive. Like 80
Okay.
or 75. It's high.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I how did, and I see he's backstage. I don't know if he's ready to come up. These conversations always end so quickly. Oh, before I go to that. Within your churches or your places of worship, are there support groups in your church, your places of worship, that that are there to address issues, or just even provide the support groups for people who may have MS?
Not
Not,
mine.
not in my church.
That's a good question.
I'm sorry, Nikki.
I said
Yeah,
not in my church. We don't have an MS support
yeah.
group. No, we have
No.
the local support group is the one that Tracy runs for the city of Mount Vernon, and they're in the city of Mount Vernon, I should say.
It's in the okay. So it's in the city of Mount Vernon. So if somebody, after hearing you all on tonight, if someone says, this would be a good ministry to bring to our church, for someone, for the people to be more informed, to even provide support. I guess maybe address this to Tracy. Do you go through the MS Association? What would someone do if they wanted to bring this into their communities of faith?
They can go to the local society, and you find a number, and they'll direct you to the right person to speak to.
Uh-huh.
And they give you all the
Okay. So it's
information.
something that if someone
Mhm.
wanted hearing. Mhm. So it is something where you could actually bring this into your church or your places of worship if you wanted to.
Yes.
Yes. Or even a community center.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Or community center. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. 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 I'm gonna bring up Tony. I'm gonna bring up Elder Watts. Tony, he was on time, right? We bring him up. Where is he? Okay. I want to
No
bring
comment.
here he is. He started laughing. You know, no comment. No, it was a delay. So tell us, welcome, Elder
Can you
Tony
hear me?
Watts. Um, thank you for
Yes.
being here. Thank you
Hello.
for introducing us
You can hear
to
me?
these phenomenal women.
Because my internet
Yeah, we
sucks
can hear you.
as well. So,
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
hello, hello, hello. All right, everybody wave
We
if you
can
can hear
hear
me.
you.
Wave. All right, because I didn't hear anybody say anything. But yeah, this group, I'm so proud of you guys for being on tonight and to share your story. It is so amazing. I am so inspired by you guys on a daily basis, especially going through the process that we went through to get to where we ended up at. You guys are resilient. You guys are brilliant. You guys make you have no idea how proudly you make my heart. Thank you, Big Sis, for having them on. I greatly appreciate that. And Nicola, right? Nicole,
Kima.
I did not know, and
No,
I
Nakima.
think you're one of the warmest. Nakima, yeah, I think you're one of the warmest, smiliest faces when I come to councils and to church, and I see you. You're always bubbly. You're always warm, and And I really thought that you just had a leg problem, like something was wrong with your leg. I did not know when I saw the cane. I really. and now knowing it gives me a different perspective of what's going on. If I could just do this very, very, very quickly, um, the people that you see on the screen right now are resilient. When I say resilient, they're resilient. When you see them on
Yes,
the
they
street,
are.
you will
Yep.
definitely say, I have no idea that they're sick. I have no idea that they're sick. When we did the play,
Right.
I don't know if you guys went through the process of how the play came about.
I was
Tracy
going
asked me
to.
to
I
do a
was.
poetry.
No, and I was going to
Um,
bring that up. I was going to bring up the play. Well, let me ask you. I was going to ask you, how did Broken Voices come together?
Unbroken.
well,
I'm
that's
sorry,
from
unbroken. Yeah,
Unbroken.
unbroken voices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Un- Unbroken voices came together because Tracy's resilience. I had just finished a stage play called, I believe I was finishing up Losing My Religion. And she said, "Hey, why don't you come and teach my MS team some poetry? Let's do a poetry class." And after the poetry class is over, she said, "Well, I would love to do a play where we can talk about MS so people can know." COVID, I was in the throes of what I was going 5, but for some reason there was an event up the block from my house, and something said, "Go, get out the house and go." So I went. I saw Tracy. We said hi, and as I was leaving, I had to pass Tracy again, and she's like, "Tony, what about the play?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll call you in a little bit." So I called her 2 weeks later, and we talked about it. I wrote it. It was my first stage play writing, and what the experience is, because my mind is like, okay, this is going to be great. This is going to be phenomenal. We're going to do 4 nights. We're going to do Saturday one show, Friday one show, Saturday 2 shows, and just Sunday one show. There's like, slow down, big head. Our bodies don't work like that.
I'm clutching my toes.
So,
Oh my God.
so I got the opportunity to learn from them what this experience is like. And when they say, like, we would literally read the script in every rehearsal, and then they told me, "Hey, Tony, sometimes my memory goes." So I was like, "Wow!" Like again, I'm looking at people thinking they can do the little things that I take for granted. And again, was my first stage
Yeah.
play. It was amazing. We're going to do it again on April 11th at the same location in Yonkers. We'll get you the information. But guys, I love you guys. You guys are resilient. I am so proud of you guys what you did today.
Tony, you need to write me
We're
a
missing
part.
one person, Tom. And somebody,
Me.
you asked a
Stop
great
calling
question. Says,
them guys. These are phenomenal.
Tony, you need to write me a part because I
say
feel
it again. I'm sorry.
excluded.
Kima
You
wants you
need.
to write a part in for
Well,
her.
what's very interesting, Tracy and I was just talking about that earlier this week. So we'll work something out. Um, what else was I going to say? Okay.
Just give us the
There's another
location in
person
April,
in it,
Tony.
Tom.
Everyone, yes.
The location is in Yonkers. It's at 1500 Central Avenue. It's the
The
Yonkers
Yonkers
Library.
Library.
They have an amazing theater there.
Hmm.
Yes, there's the Yonkers Library. I'll be posting it so you guys can, get tickets and everything and come. The church, we're very supportive. Some people just donated and didn't come. Like we had a great crowd, and then we looked at the numbers of people who didn't come. We were like, wow, this is amazing. Um, Sorry about that. So, so talking about, hope you can continue to hear me. Talking about Tom
Yeah.
really quickly. Tom, because you asked the question about men and how it deals with men. Women are diagnosed 3.1 times more than babies and men. One of the reasons why men's diagnosis is so slow, we're hard headed. We don't want to go to the doctor and deal with what we need to deal with. Tom told us through the interview I did on my channel, Triumphant TV. He said it in the thing, like he was having symptoms, but they would shake off in a day or two, so he would just go to work. He would just go do the things he would need to do. Another problem is, again, and I'm gonna say this with so much. I really want people to. I really want us to hear. Our community is not looked at in the medical community as that we're having the sicknesses that we're having. Each and every one of their testimonies says the doctor misdiagnosed them the first time they were there. I
Mhm.
believe it was Marcella when she
Yes.
went in,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
I'm getting
Mhm.
this wrong, and she fell down, and the doctor's like, "You either drunk or your boyfriend is beating you." How do you get
That was
somebody that
me.
comes to
That
the
was D.
room?
That was D
I'm
too.
sorry, D. How do you get
That's
somebody
fine.
that comes to emergency for help, and then you all of a sudden tell them they're either drunk or their boyfriend is beating them? That has
Mhm.
nothing to do with the symptoms that they're having.
Right.
So one of the reasons why it takes MS a long time to get really diagnosed is because one, we don't know about it and we don't advocate for ourselves with the symptoms to say, hey, let's go in this direction. And two, for men, we think we can shrug everything off. Something weird happens, well, I'm not worried about that. We go about our business.
Mhm.
So that's one of the reasons it takes longer for men to get diagnosed with it. So, sis, again, I'm happy that you gave us the opportunity for these unbroken voices to be heard. And the reason why the name is Unbroken Voices, because you can see by their characters,
Yes.
you will not stop them. Real
Yes.
quick, Nikki,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Nikki's entire family said she won't sit down. Nikki's gonna go. Nikki's up. Nikki's full speed ahead. Tracy uses a walker, and
Mhm.
she had the option of taking the elevator, like this little elevator go up, and taking the stairs. She said, "No, take my chair. I'm going up the stairs." Resilience across the board. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
they
when
say
like
I
I love
walk too fast.
you all the
They
Kima.
time.
tell me to
And
slow
again,
down.
Kima's
thank
an usher. Kima's an usher.
Not
Beautiful.
all of us.
anymore. I'm retired. Um,
Oh, but you used to be an usher.
I
You
used to
sing
be an usher,
choir.
and I was ushering with
Tony, I
MS,
was just
and I didn't know.
hi. Okay. Okay. But Tony, as we started out before you came on, they were sharing with us what they do for fun. And it was just phenomenal to hear their testimonies that, we may be given a diagnosis, no matter what it is, but I kept hearing resilience. I kept hearing the fight, the stick to itness, just keep pushing, keep pressing. Um, and it's just I'm so encouraged. Like I said, we take for granted. I thank the Lord that I can wave my hand. I thank the Lord I can pick up my
Amen.
feet, not knowing that some people, it's for some it is a great challenge. So what I like to do is before we as our last thing, I want to go around and just want to give you all an opportunity just to give us your own closing comments on tonight. I just want to thank you all. And let me see, perhaps that's why the doctors kept asking. Oh, Laverne, she said that I think she had gone with Kima to the doctor, to the hospital. I think I saw that comment. Do we have that comment, Tasha? Yeah, can we get Laverne's comment up? And then yeah, she originally said, I once went to the hospital with Nakima. I got frustrated with the doctors asking questions when she couldn't speak at the time.
Mhm.
So again, now we have a clearer understanding. Wilma Ashford says, Evangelist Wilma Ashford says, this is so enlightening. I have taken care of so many patients and had to do more research on my own to better understand what they are dealing with, what they are dealing with. They didn't want pity, they just wanted to be accepted.
That's right.
Amen.
Yes.
That's major.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
That's good. Oh, okay. So here's a question. I know we're a little over time, but I want to put this question up. Can we put the question from Alba? She wants to know, yeah, can we put that one up, Tasha, from Alba? Are any of you married? And how does if you are, how does your spouse or yeah, how does your spouse deal with your diagnosis?
Well, I'm married. My husband, he does not.
Anyone?
Oh, I'm married. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm married and my husband does not belittle me. The crazy thing is when I fall, he'll lay on the bed and just look at me. And then he'll go back and like I'm responsible to pick my own stuff up. But if I need help, I'm able to
Okay.
ask, "Hey,
Right.
can you help me, please?" But one thing is that is
Mhm.
very important is if we are not able to help us to get up, you are literally lifting dead weight.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't lift
That
us.
part.
I
Right.
don't care how skinny we are. I don't care how solid we are. One person can't lift us because it's dead
Mhm.
weight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So call
Say that.
911.
So
Hmm? So call
wow.
911
That's that.
immediately.
So you said that if you can't help us to help you get up, it's dead weight.
It's dead weight.
Wow.
So
Wow.
call 911
Wow. And
immediately. Not just because you have another
okay.
man or a woman there to assist, you can end up hurting us more
Right.
through trying to help us. So
Yes,
call the
ma'am.
professionals, call
Mm,
Nakima
EMS
is
mhm.
right. Yep.
because that happened to me one
Mm,
time. I fell not because I was moving too fast, not because I wasn't paying attention. My legs just
Just
decided to
gave
go
out.
on vacation without asking
Mhm.
my approval to go.
Mm.
I fell. And my husband didn't understand it. He started getting frustrated and he couldn't pick me up. And we called 911. And it took my husband and the two EMS men, along with a chair,
Wow.
to get me up because it's sort of like I was neck down dead.
Mm.
I can't help you, help me. And
Mhm.
that's more frustrating for us, seeing that we're in that state where we're fully relying on everybody around us for us to even just sit up and stand up or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
So
Like
just be
Wow.
patient
sometimes
with us.
things
Don't
just
make us
don't
feel
work.
like we are this invalid because we're not.
Right.
We're still
Not
smart.
at all.
We still eat food like you do.
Yeah.
We still
Yes.
drink
Yeah.
like you do.
We're
We
still
I'm
put on our
here.
clothes like
I'm
we
sorry, you were
do.
saying, Bree?
That sometimes like things just don't work. Like
Mm-hmm.
like what Nikima was saying, like sometimes like when we fall, like things are just that way. Like we're that way. Things just don't work.
Wow.
I was
Okay.
agreeing, like call somebody, call some help. Like
Mhm.
sometimes, like for a lack of a better way to put it, we're like flopping fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah. Out of water.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's good. Um, Evangelist Barbara Powell had asked the question. I believe she wanted to know if there was a cure. Do we have that? Oh, yeah. She
Not
says,
yet.
is there
No,
a
not
cure for
yet.
MS?
Not
No,
Not
yet.
it's
yet.
not.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
No.
It's a lot of
Okay.
treatments.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
tell us,
Okay.
Mary.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are a
I'm
lot
going to
of
thank you
DMCs,
all
I'm
for
no
married.
cure.
time.
I just wanted to say,
There,
and the other question, I'm also married. I have a very supportive husband as
Yes,
well.
she does.
Oh, I'm
And
Mhm.
sorry. Yes.
Hmm.
Mhm.
with me is he just follow my lead. You know, whatever
Mm-hmm.
he's right there, Johnny. Rock.
Good. Wow, that's good. And that's important. That's important. Wow, thank you for sharing that. I didn't mean to cut you off. This is good. For us to end, like again, I can't say it enough how phenomenal you all are and how blessed we are to even have you and your willingness to come on and share with us. So I'm going to go around and just going to ask each of you just to give your closing remarks to our audience that's viewing now and those that may view later. So I'm going to start with Maricela, then we'll go to Nikki, then Miss D, Tracy, Nakima, and then we'll end with Bree.
Be your authentic self and continue to enjoy what you like to do in life. For me, I'm going line dancing tomorrow, Tuesday.
All right
I
now.
love that.
All right.
I just say my MS stands for mighty special, and I think that we're all mighty special and we're all very different. And just keep living and enjoying life as you can.
Yep.
That's what I say. Keep a living.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
And I would say you are more than you think. And keep
Good.
on living.
Good.
I would say don't limit
Wow.
yourself
Great.
and don't allow others to belittle you and limit you.
Hmm.
Wow.
I would
Wow.
say MS is not the end, and keep doing the things that you love to do. Don't let a diagnosis like this define you. Like, period.
Beautiful. Again, yeah, thank you for sharing your journey. I know I've been so blessed. Tony, what do you want to say again to these phenomenal women and those that are watching? You know how we do it. You're muted. You're muted, Tone. Can you hear us? You're muted. Okay, there.
All right, so you can hear me now, right? I'm done. Like I'm
Yes.
okay, cool.
Yes.
Like I always tell them when I'm around them, I love them. They're phenomenal. They are amazing. They inspire me in ways that they have no idea about. One thing I did want to say that you brought up earlier, sis, is that when somebody gives a testimony about having the activity of their limbs, and somebody will say, "Is that all they have to say?" Right? And being in this conversation, we know that it's that's a real testimony for some people.
Yes, it is.
That's real. And what I just want to tell us Christians, we have to understand, like we have this thing of putting our perfections on other people and not allowing them to go through their journey. Let's
Mm-hmm.
let people go through their journey. Again, you will always hear me say on Man Talk, on
Mhm.
Triumphant TV, whenever I'm here, everybody has their own experience. Get to know the person before you start trying to judge them. Get to know them. Because right now you're seeing six amazing women who live their lives on a daily basis, and you wouldn't even know they had something going on with them if they did not tell you, right? The only
Mhm.
person on this panel, and I apologize for this, Bree, is Bree that you can tell something's happening because of her speech, right? Bree, when Bree gave her testimony, it broke me because she, as a young, vibrant young woman, she said, I walked into the hospital and I was rolled out. You expect when you come go to the hospital and you leave, you're coming back. You're coming back. You're leaving the way you came in. She
Wow.
said, I
Mhm.
walked into the hospital and I was rolled out. So we have to be very compassionate about how we deal with God's people. The Imago Day is all of us, and we have to be very careful how we deal with the Imago Day.
Good. Good, good, good. So Tony, please make sure you get us the information, the dates of the next show. We do have some people that are here that's watching are in the New York area. And we would love for them to come and support and see our phenomenal stars in person. Um and be a support to what you're doing. And just again, this I feel so honored that the that this ministry, we now have a voice. And just so you ladies know, we don't know where this goes. This goes all over. I've had people share it with people who are in other countries. And so we just want you to know that we appreciate your voice. We appreciate your beauty. We appreciate your strength. We just appreciate everything about you. We thank you thank you that you did not give up. Thank
Mhm.
you that you're still here and you're showing us what life is about um in the midst of life, you
Mhm.
know? And so thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all for being with us on tonight. And our prayers that God will continue to bless you, continue to strengthen you, and continue to use your voice, your experience to encourage and to help someone else along the way. People watch our lives and they watch how we handle situations. And I know that just from hearing what you're saying, we all have good days and we all have bad days. But from listening to you all, just your drive and your desire to keep fighting and keep living and keep doing is truly a testament. And we just want to just thank you again for being with us. And so that our sister Daphne says this was good, very informative. Thank you, Pastor Kim and everyone. Lupus, a similar autoimmune disease. Stay positive. And
Mhm.
again, we thank you so much. And so, Tone, do you have anything that you want to add for next week? Next week is Man Talk. Man Talk.
Well, just show up. Tell a man to tell a man to tell a man to tell a man to come down and be a part of Man Talk. And what the sister just put up was is very interesting. And I don't know if they really talked about it yet. Lupus and MS, when it's being diagnosed, are very
Tasha
close
can put that
together.
back up. Yeah, she can put it back up.
Yeah, they mimic
Yeah,
each other.
so
Yeah, they
they
mimic each
mimic each
other.
other. So
Okay.
that's I'm
Yeah,
glad she brought that
They're
up.
very close siblings.
yeah. They thought I had lupus when I first had it.
Wow.
I mean, diagnosed.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. I mean, like I said, this was phenomenal, and we hope that at another time, come back and let us know where you are, Maricela. I mean, I want to know how your line dance goes.
Yes.
But we just
Yes. And you know what was funny? The my line,
and so
they don't know
what
I have.
they
She
don't
said they
know,
don't know she has MS.
They don't know. They have
right?
no clue.
That's good. That's
Yes.
good. That's
When
good.
I started with
Listen,
them,
the
they have no
Bible says
idea.
that we can do. That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Listen, you again, we just thank you for being with us. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. So hopefully everyone, we'll see you all back next Monday. We'll be with Elder Tony, Man Talk, tell a brother, tell an uncle, tell a cousin, tell the postal man, whoever, a man, tell them that they could come on and be a part of the conversation. God bless you all on tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Tasha, can you
Thanks
take
for
us out?
having us.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Pastor Kim, for
Thank
having
you.
us.